In this video, I'm going to be going through some of the most popular update suggestions for ERLC. If you do enjoy, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about these suggestions in the comments below. But let's get straight into it. Okay, so first up, we have this one from Hey Boy You Mad, and it says upgrade the pit system, make it where the two back wheels lock up or something like that, and it makes you spin out, like if you're going 100 plus and hit shift to drift. I think that is a really cool thing. We all know the pit maneuvering feature in ERLC is a little bit of a pain. It's not always the smoothest thing, and obviously with lag and everything, you kind of have to hit them a bit further back and then knock them, spin them out, and it doesn't really look great if you're going at high speeds. So I think that is a very cool thing. What he means by this is, for example, if I drift, as you can see, it kind of like locks up your back wheels, and that's kind of how it works in real life as well. It kind of stops your back wheels moving, which means they just slide all over the floor, right? And as you can see by this little picture here, he's kind of showed it. So here he hits it, the wheels lock up, and then he just kind of spins out and loses control, which is pretty cool. I think this one is probably quite likely to be added at some point, maybe not in this way, but I think something like this where it's basically like the pit system gets an upgrade, because it kind of needs an upgrade. It's quite old, it can be a little bit glitchy. I don't think it will happen anytime soon, but I think definitely in the future there will be some kind of upgrade to the pit maneuver system, just as Roblox gets better and Roblox physics improve. And then we have this one here by Herobrine the 9th, I think that's how you say his name, and it says add a rescue operations truck to fire department. Now it says perks: fire department specialist in rescues, including mountain rescues, water rescues, forest rescues, etc. Vehicle includes equipment for rescue operations, including surveillance drone, heat signature scanners, jaws of life, safety rope, tire spares, and more. And vehicle can get rescue operationists to the location no matter the terrain. So for example, if it's off-roading, they can get to it easily. I think this is a very good idea, but I don't think it makes too much sense. If I join onto the fire department team, I'll kind of show you what I mean. So if I head on and go over to the car spawners, look how many vehicles we already have to basically do this job. Like this one here, for example, this is kind of what that's made for, right? It's kind of made off-roading and getting to places that fire trucks can't get to. It has a sprayer attached to the vehicle, and this vehicle is made simply just to go to like brush fires and go off-roading and access places that most vehicles can't access. And yes, I kind of agree that this truck looks cool and that it could be better for like special rescues and stuff, and obviously having things like jewels of life and tire spares, that could be pretty cool, but I don't think it's really needed in ERLC. I think it's a cool idea and it's a very cool vehicle, but I can't see this really being added unless it's maybe added to the special operations game pass, which is a good idea because then perhaps more people will buy the special operations game pass. But let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Let's move on to the next one. Now I'll be honest, I don't know why this has 45 reactions, but it says add Chinese food and restaurant in Chinatown. So it makes sense. Obviously we all know where Chinatown is, right? Obviously back here just behind civilian spawn we have Chinatown. Now a Chinese restaurant would be really good here, obviously because it's Chinese cuisine and it is based off of China in Chinatown, right? I mean, we recently got the Mexican restaurant and that doesn't really get used, right? Like I saw a few people in it when it first came out, but since then in public servers pretty much no one goes over to the Mexican restaurant. It's a cool restaurant but no one really uses it, so I don't see why they would need any other restaurants in the game. I think that's probably enough for now. It would just be like a tiny little cool thing they could add just in like a little miniature update that they could do, or maybe just a little extra thing in an update, or maybe for the summer update, part of a revamp or something, they could add it. But I'm not sure. I don't think it's really the most needed feature right now, so I'm not sure if it will get added or not. Just quickly, you might have seen that all of these are from like very recently. These aren't of all time, of course, because that would take literally so long to go through every single suggestion and find the most reactive ones of all time. These are still some very cool suggestions either way. So this one says add cooler fire department vehicles. I know we have ladder, but add a bucket variant. So yes, that is absolutely a crucial thing. So like I said, again, we have enough vehicles on the fire department team, I think, but if there is one vehicle I think they should add most, it is one of them like tiller trucks, I think it's called. Yeah, one of these, a tiller truck. So they kind of have these in America. It's not really a UK thing, but it's like this. It's basically like a fire truck in the form of a semi truck, right? Like you have the main kind of cab here, and then you have like the ladder section as like a trailer, and it's such a cool like concept. I don't know why is there a Lego one? But yeah, it's really cool. I do like them. I think they would be awesome in ERLC, but I think the reason they haven't added them yet is because it's similar to semi-truck. If they add that, it's basically a semi-truck, right? It's a truck cab with a huge trailer on the back. That is literally a semi-truck summed up. So I think when they add semi-trucks, which they will add at some point, I'm pretty much certain, I think that's when we'll probably get one of them, or when we get one of them, we'll then get semi-trucks afterwards. But I think until then, they'll avoid adding it because the physics of having a whole semi-truck feature is insane. And it's recently in my interview with Mr. Fergie, you guys can check that out on my channel. He said trailers are coming to ERLC. He even gave us a little leak for that. And I think when trailers come to ERLC, then it will be an option because they've already developed trailers. So that's a trailer and it would work really easily and wouldn't be too difficult to make. Again, the same with semi-trucks. When one trailer's made, they can easily make others. So yeah, I think that will probably be added because it's a very requested thing, just not yet. It will probably be a little bit of time before we do get that. And this one is by Fire Chief Mike, and this one's pretty simple. Basically on the firefighter helmets, you have your call sign and the different colors here, but at the bottom it just says firefighter. Now a tiny little attention to detail that he wants to be added is, for example, if you're rank lieutenant, it could say lieutenant. If you're a captain, it says captain. If you're a commander, it says commander. Paramedic, paramedic, of course, that kind of thing. That sort of works, and I get that, it makes sense. But then again, some people, like for example, if you're on a professional roleplay server and your rank is a lieutenant but you're actually just like a normal firefighting officer in that roleplay server, then if it says lieutenant on your helmet, it kind of won't make sense. So I kind of think it just stays best saying firefighter, and come on, it's a tiny little detail, no one's going to notice that. So I think they should just keep it as it is, but a very nice suggestion either way. And then we have this one. I really like this suggestion by Dino Guy. It says ERLC should have customization to civilian job vehicles and to the buildings to suit the RP. Like if you could change the River City's bank name to New York Bank, that would be awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. Like imagine you could change the taxis to like a UK taxi if you were in a UK roleplay server, for example. Or like he said, instead of it saying River City Bank, if you are basing your place in London, for example, it could be the Bank of England, or it could be, if you're in New York, it could be the New York City Bank or something like that. We can do that for the police station, right? That was a recent update that they added. Not really recent, but it was an update they added not too long ago where you could change the logo and change the name of the police station and sheriff's office and fire department, I think, as well. And obviously if you're in the UK, you could change from River City Police to Metropolitan Police on the you could just change the text and the logo, and that was a pretty simple update, but one that made a huge difference. And I don't see why they can't do that. For example, maybe even here, the mod shop, they could allow you to just change the name here, maybe change this bit of text. Maybe for a DOT worker, like how you can change the signs on the highway, maybe you could just come up here and change these to whatever you wanted. And I think it's a smart idea, being able to change the bank to whatever you wanted to call it. And maybe gas stations as well, change it from Gas and Go to maybe, again, if you're in the UK, it could be like Shell, or it could be like Morrison's Petrol or something, I don't know. And of course, things like a taxi job, being able to change deliveries on that, and being able to change, maybe even being able to change like Three Guys to something different. Maybe you could change it to say McDonald's or something with the McDonald's logo. I think that could be pretty cool. I really like this suggestion. I think this will probably get added at some point. I don't see why not. It's a really awesome suggestion with huge potential. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that one. But I think they'll probably get added at some point, just not just yet. I don't think it's their priority right now. And then we have this one here by Sultan Dizzy, and it says additional types of calls for DOT, such as road repair, repainting road lines, replacing road signs, etc. So I think this is a pretty cool idea once again, but I don't really see why it would be possible. I don't really see why it would be needed, because people always suggest this, right? They suggest new things for the DOT team, but then when they get added, they never get used. A great example of this is the recent bucket truck that they added. This bucket truck was one requested by so many people. So many people requested it for so long, and now they added it, no one really uses it. Like, not many people use this all, and that's the problem with DOT, that people always ask for new things to be added to the DOT team, like bigger tow trucks and things like that, but they will never really get used. Like, this is one of them vehicles that's really cool to have in the game, but it's just, you're never really gonna use it, right? Unless something is actually broken. Yeah, but you don't really patrol in this kind of vehicle, right? So yes, it would be really cool to have things like this where you can do more on the DOT team, but it doesn't really make sense. People won't really use it. So that is all for this video. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, or what is your most requested suggestion for ERLC. I'd love to find out. Drop a like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.